Hey everybody, real quick, I just want to let you all know that we will be doing the Final Fantasy VII Remake Deluxe Edition giveaway at the end of this review. We will be announcing the winners, so check out the review, stick around after the review for the reveal of the winner of that. Thank you all very much. Hey everybody, thanks for stopping and checking out the video. This is my first, one of my first of many reviews I want to start doing. As you all know, The Witcher just dropped a few weeks ago on Netflix, and fans loved it, critics panned it. I'm going to go ahead and tell you all right now, I thought this was an amazing series, or first season. I'm going to get into a little bit of what I didn't like, and a lot of what I did like. So I'm going to get that out of the way first, and it's not going to be a long review. Just real short. I'm going to start with what I don't like about not just this show, but a lot of shows like Mandalorian and other stuff. 8-episode season. I'm sorry, 8-episode season doesn't get it. This did okay with just 8 episodes because they were each an hour long, or right at an hour long. Other shows that offer 8 episodes or even less sometimes and call it a season, I consider that more of a mini-series, and especially when they don't hit that 1 hour mark. That's kind of hard for me to sit here and think that, you know, you put your best effort forward and to tell a long enough tale or whatever. There were some effects spots here and there that were kind of like left me wanting, basically. But that really is just me nitpicking so I don't just come out and gush all over this thing. So now it's time to gush. This was an incredible show. I am looking forward to season 2. Really the highlights for this show for me were the humor and the charm of the characters. And the way the characters, excuse me, namely Geralt and Yennefer, kind of interact with each other, even though it's limited. They're only in a couple of episodes together, but amongst the plight and the peril of what's happening in the story, you see Geralt's charm shining through. You see that he is very much a hero, but he also very much doesn't really want to be around people. He knows problems follow people. He understands this. There's a line he has early on in the show where one of the women tells him, you know, is that all life is to you, monsters and money? And he's like, that's all it needs to be. And that really sums the character up pretty well as far as this first season goes. There were a lot of plot devices they used, and I'm not going to spoil anything for you. Hopefully you've seen it at this point, but if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil anything for you. But I will say they use this brilliant plot device and like a storytelling device that there's a timeline shift. There's a constant timeline shift. One story is happening in current time, or in the current time of the story. That is the prime timeline of the story. And then there are a couple of other timelines. One starts further back, and then one starts kind of middle way, and then reaching to the apex of where the current timeline is. And they all slowly converge and catch up with each other throughout the story. And I thought that was really just well done. It took me a second to figure out kind of what was going on. But by, you know, around episode 3 or 4, I think it was, I really figured out what they were doing. And I was like, oh man, you got me. You got me. That was great. That was great. The world... the world is beautiful. The cinematography is beautiful. All the characters, even if they're just in one episode here or a couple episodes there, the whole cast does a wonderful job. I will say, when I first saw the original trailer, the one that's playing on this video right here, and I figured out who Yennefer was, I was not excited about it, because, you know, where I played Witcher 3 before I watched this, and like I've seen some kind of character sketches of her from the books or whatever, fan art and stuff. She always seems to be like a powerful, kind of proud, upstanding, kind of well-postured woman, And then to see her in this, it kind of took me aback, but the casting, not how they're portraying the character, but who they cast to play her. But then as I got into the show and I got more familiar with the character, I cared less and less about that. She does a great job of playing the character, and I like where they're going with it. She portrays her as very powerful. Siri is portrayed as very powerful but very vulnerable and a little bit naive, and a little bit too trusting in her situation. But I think she's trusting in her situation because she realizes needs a lot of help, and I don't want to spoil anything again, but there's a lot of intrigue. They do mention things here and there that kind of lays the groundwork for the world, like a lot of history. And it's so well written. They don't have to. The thing I love about what they do in the show and the way it's written, they don't beat you over the head with stuff. They don't beat you over the head with plot devices. They give you something. They give you, the viewer, something to chew on for a little bit. They let it breathe. They pay it off. And then they leave it up to you to figure out what's happening there. I don't want to cite examples because, again, I don't want to spoil anything. But you'll get it when you watch it, or if you've watched it, you'll get what I'm saying. So the cast was great. Cinematography was great. The music is incredible. They write some... I don't know if these songs are out of the books or if they're original songs written for the show, but the Bard character, and forgive me, I forget his name. The Bard character is really where you get a lot of Geralt's charm. They play off each other very well. He writes a lot of songs, and he tells tales of the Witcher's bravery and his exploits and his feats of heroism and stuff like that. They do a really good job with that, and just the score of the show. Every piece of music is very fitting in every piece that they do. So also you gotta have the monsters, right? The Witcher, he hunts monsters. I thought they used practical effects to create the monsters in this, and I thought they did a wonderful job of it. He fights I forget what the first creature's name was, but the one that really sticks out to me is he fights a Striga, which, they explain that. If you're not familiar with that, what that is from like old lore and stuff, like old monsters and stuff like that, they explain it very well in the show. The battle with the Striga, I thought, was, for me, that was probably my favorite episode. All the episodes are good, but that was probably my favorite episode. That and the episode where Yennefer gets her power and becomes Yennefer, basically. Those are my two favorite episodes. Of course, there's the climactic battle at the end of the season, the Battle of Sodden Hill. They get into all that. They did a really good job with that. It was real gritty. But that's where I feel like the 8-episode season really kind of hurt, because I felt like that needed 2 episodes to me to really get the depth and the gravity of what was going on there. I felt like there were a couple of character interactions we needed there that we didn't get. And again, that was a situation where it's hampered by that 8 episodes. But other than that, I thought it was pretty great. I really enjoyed the show. The monsters. One nitpick I will say, there's an episode with a dragon, and I didn't care much for the dragon designs. I didn't. But, that was because, the dragons in Game of Thrones look so amazing. But they had like an unlimited budget, so I'll give it a pass. And for what they did in this, these weren't vicious dragons. They weren't super vicious dragons, so like man-eaters or whatever. So, I guess they're just a different type of dragon. But I thought the show overall was fantastic. I don't, I guess I'm gonna have to start doing like ratings and stuff if I'm gonna do some reviews. So I guess I am going to have to give The Witcher Season 1 8.5 out of 10. The only reason it's not getting like a 9 or 9.5 is because I feel like not hitting 10 episodes, for me personally, my opinion, hurt the narrative for me. I wanted at least a couple more episodes with these characters in this world. But that's the only hang up. Let me tell you about how good Henry Cavill is as an actor. Forget The Witcher. He kills it in this. He kills it in this. I actually liked him as Superman. He looks just like Superman. I feel like you give him a great script, you give him a good movie, he kills it as Superman. He becomes that Superman. I thought I would have a hard time buying him as Geralt because I was going to be like, oh man, he's Superman like the whole time. You know what I mean? After a few lines of dialogue and getting into a quest, and his first quest is Geralt, and you see that he is in this character, totally gone. I totally didn't even give it a second thought. The whole time I'm watching this, I didn't think of him playing Superman or any other character at any point. He embodies this character. He is great in this role. And I've got nothing but high praise for it. I just wish it had been 10 episodes. But that's a small nitpick. I would really encourage you to go watch this show if you haven't done it already. If you have watched it already, toss another coin to your Witcher, baby, because I am. I'm 2 episodes into watching it again, and now that I know what's going on, now that I know what's happening, I appreciate it a little more. I am double into it after this. After I started the second viewing. So, all right. So now for kind of the moment you all been waiting for. We hit 1,200 subscribers overnight last night. I put out a community post today saying we were doing the drawing tonight, and we are doing the drawing tonight on this video. So thank you all for being patient and checking out the video. But now, the moment y'all been waiting for. So as you all know, I announced that we were going to do a Final Fantasy VII Remake Deluxe Edition giveaway once we hit 1,200 subscribers. We did that last night overnight. So I put a bunch of names into a randomizer. Basically, the criteria was just this. You had to be a subscriber, which I can look up, which I painstakingly looked up. I'll have to find a better way to do that in the future. But you had to be a subscriber, and you had to just leave a comment in like live streams or a comment on a video, and I would kind of jot all those down. And I have a list right here on my desk, and I put all those names into a randomizer. The only fair way I could figure to do it. So the winner of the Final Fantasy VII Deluxe Edition is Jake C. Jake C, man. Appreciate the support. I appreciate the support of all of you. I wish I had one to give to everybody. But I will do more drawings in the future for things similar to this or whatever. But yeah, Jake C. So message me on my business email contact. We'll get information, or you can DM me on Twitter. You can do that too, at Kaufman20XX, 20XX. You can message me on there, and I will get your information, and we will go from there. And on March 3rd, when Amazon sends me the goods, I will be sending you the goods, man. So, again, thank you all so much. I appreciate it for helping me get to 1,200 plus subscribers. On to 2,000, on to 5,000. Let's keep rolling. So, I hope you all have a great night. Enjoy the rest of your week into the weekend, and keep rocking. I will see you on the next video. Take it easy.